WCLU news coverage of the 2022 primary election is brought to you in part by HVAC Services in Glasgow.
Started out just trying to get a job out of high school, trying to get my foot in the door, trying to get a career started.
We try to be a successful business for our employees and a long-term employment for our employees.
And with this type of trade, and especially with HVAC services, the opportunities are endless.
I don't think there's a better company anywhere in Kentucky.
Welcome to our program today, Ms. Gala Huddleston. Thank you for participating in our 2022 primary election coverage here at WCLU. How are you today?
Pretty good. How about you?
Doing well, doing well. So, of course, you're running for Magistrate District 2 here in Barren County. You'll be on the Republican ticket this primary election. Of course, District 2 is that district that comprises places like Barren River Lake and the State Park and that portion of the county, if you will. But first, before we get into why you're running and your political side, talk a little bit about your personal side and who you are as a candidate.
Okay, well, I'm married to Ricky Huddleston. We live off of Wind School Road. I have 2 girls, 2 grandbabies, and a granddog. Got to throw him in there. I am in my 26th year as chief. Well, I'm a firefighter at East Barren, but I'm also the chief. This is my 26th year. And pretty much we farm, work all the time. That's pretty much it.
Well, it sounds like pretty simple, but enough to keep you busy, I suppose.
Right.
Now, of course, we want to clarify, you are the chief at East Barren, but of course you're running for District 2 Magistrate. Don't want people to get confused and associate you with that part of the county as far as running for that area. But as far as political motive goes and getting involved locally, clearly volunteer fire departments, that takes a lot of grit to run those. You're working with low budgets, you're working with important things to do every single day, and really holding up the safety of those rural areas. But moving into why you're running for magistrate, to talk about why you are.
Well, like on the fire department, you see a lot. We go to people's places where they live, businesses, you have, regs, you got, multitude of different, events. And we work with different agencies, the Barren County Sheriff's Department, you work with the road department, we're acquainted with all of that. But my biggest issue is I do a lot of riding around, me and my husband like to ride around, and I got an old Chevrolet truck. We bebopping down the road, potholes, waffle board, and things happen, but all of a sudden the road clears up. It's nice, and you think, wow, they've really worked on this road. And then when me and my husband look at each other and realize we're in another county. And my thought is, we need to stop, back up. Why is our infrastructure suffering? And that's my main topic, and I have a lot of ideas and goals that I like to see. So I, instead of talking to someone about it, I like to step up and try to do it myself.
Sure. Well, it sounds like, from a chief standpoint, being in an administrative role, moving into the role of a magistrate, you are, in essence, the boss of a portion of the county. You're advocating for that area and also for the county as a whole. Something important to those that are listening perhaps is the willingness of candidates, or knowing that candidates are willing to work together. It's a number of issues that we face every day, but it's only complicated when our elected officials can't seem to agree and be courteous to one another. As far as your working together with other certainly right now, candidates and then maybe eventually other magistrates, talk about the importance of working together on a county government level.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's just, with any kind of organization, that is the key. It's okay to disagree. That's what this world is, a great world we got, is about. But the way I like to do it, like when you have a disagreement, I like to go back and show you why I think this way. People don't take time to listen. They're talking and they're not really comprehending what you're saying. And then I'm one of them, like, to slow things down. Let's listen to each other. I may not agree with what you say, but you can convince me, and I have enough, about me that I can change my mind. And that's what we need to do. We've got to work together and get things done. It ain't the Democrat Party, it ain't the Republican Party, it's Barren County. And that's what we got to get back to.
Sure. East Barren Volunteer Fire Department, where you've served as chief for a number of years and been involved there, that's only one of 8 volunteer departments in the county, if I'm thinking correctly. And that's something too, you all work together, even
Right.
though East Barren is covering, those portions there in the eastern part of Barren County, you still might assist another agency with, whatever it is. So working together is particularly an interesting part. Some of those other things, you mentioned being involved farming, agriculture in Barren County is a huge thing.
Exactly.
From a state level particularly. So talking about moving forward, how should the fiscal court interact with our local agriculture industry?
Well, that was another thing that I kept wanting to bring up. We do a lot of row crops ourselves. You have to hire people to come haul it, and where they're going to go, Owensboro, South Union. Why can't we look at our own grain bins? We've got a railroad comes right through here. You just think what's going to be bringing into Barren County. You bringing in trucks that's going to be bringing in, crops. You got people that's going to be eating here. We got, Barren County is well known for the cattle. Why can't we go down the road to look at probably a processing plant? There is so much that Barren County can offer, and we're not jumping at it. Like Monroe County, you've got other counties that's, can't think of right now, Metcalf, they all got row crops. They're going to come through Barren County, and it would be a good stopping place. You got, to help fuel Barren County.
Sure. When you talk about some of the other things too, you were bolstered with pride there, talking about your family and that involvement. So thinking about our youth involved in the community too, we obviously have very good school systems in Barren County, between Barren County schools, Glasgow Independent Schools, a fraction of Caverna. There are a number of school systems here that are producing, great citizens when they get on the other side of it. But a big thing that people have been asking in recent years is, well, we're producing these great kids and getting all of these skill sets ready, but when they come out, it's a little hard for them to find the work or the use of those skills. So that pipeline is important.
Right.
As a magistrate and as a candidate for magistrate, what are some thoughts you have about promoting education and trying to get those kids those opportunities after they graduate?
Well, we have a lot of programs that's already started, and I don't feel like they're getting promoted enough, and not enough people standing behind them, like the Barren County Cattlemen Association. They've started a junior cattleman, association, which is great. And then you've got, a lot of little organizations, that's our vocational school, and then they're trying to start a program where people might be interested in firefighting, that they in high school they can already start getting their hours and their training. And it ain't all about going to college. There's still a lot out here. We need to promote these little organizations that started doing this. But everybody thinks, well, it's not my idea, so why should I get behind that? But we got to help our kids. It just seemed like part of if you don't go to college, then you're not going to, make it. But vocational school, you've got HVAC, you've got welding, we need to get behind these people and help them. And then start looking at there and grants. That's one thing I don't understand. There is grants out there to help with these kids, start programs. And they're wanting to give you the money to do it, but nobody goes after it. And we need to look at these programs, these grants. If it can help 300 of our students, just think how much better off we're going to be down the road with these grants.
Sure.
And I think there's all avenues that we can look at.
So as far as it goes for your district specifically, aside from roads and infrastructure, what are some other issues you think are faced in your district?
Well, the roads is the big issue, but we have a lot of tourist attraction in our area. We need to promote that. We got a lot of lakes. We've got a lot of boat docks. We could really help out there, bring people in, because, down there at the campgrounds, people are coming in from all over. But to get there, it's these roads are so narrow. these campers can't get down through there. Right now in my area, that's what I see a lot of, is the roads. As we go along, I know there'll be more, but that's what I feel like in our area is mostly what we need to take care of.
Sure. Holistically, when we talk about the county as a whole, being very influential in industry recruitment and retainment, what are your thoughts on perhaps getting Glasgow and Barren County to a position to where the economy is thriving? There's ample opportunity for work. There's ample opportunity for people to feel good about being here. What are some of your thoughts on that?
Yeah, we have some factories, but we don't have a lot of high-paying factories. That's something that we need to look at, but until we can look at that, we're not even filling the positions that we have. Everywhere you look, there's, apply within, jobs there's jobs there. But until we can get where the money's there for these people, it's going to be a working process. I like to, like the agriculture. I like to see us do more with agriculture. Get out in a minute, because that's going to bring a lot more big businesses. But we've got to be more attractive to the outside. If you're not taking care of your infrastructures, if you're not taking care of your, small areas like that, a multi-million-dollar business is not wanting to locate in your town.
Right. If you had 30 seconds to describe why someone should vote for you, Gala Huddleston, on the May primary ticket, the Republican ticket for District 2 Magistrate, what would you say?
I say I got a lot of ideas, bold ideas, and I like to give a chance to show you that I can do it. I just need your vote.
All right. We appreciate you coming in today. Again, we're really trying to reinforce the fact that this is a good chance for candidates to talk about themselves, to get a chance to connect with constituents, but also just to promote local democracy and really try to make better informed voters when they head to the polls, as opposed to not knowing, who they're voting for, or perhaps looking at the ballot and seeing, a name that they don't recognize. So again, we appreciate you for doing this as a part of WCLU's primary election coverage this year, and best of luck.
Thank you.